Ghislaine Maxwell, they're now saying she could win. How can she win? There are 5 ways. I like that someone has said there are 5 things Ghislaine Maxwell can do to win. 5 ways Ghislaine can win her child trafficking case as her trial gets underway in New York. These are 5 ways. Okay, let's count them down because 5 ways this socialite, 59, she's almost 60, could win her case as she faces up to 80 years in jail on 6 charges, including sex trafficking of a minor. Okay, let's see. Scapegoat for Epstein. So she could claim she was being used as a scapegoat for Epstein. Well, that's an interesting way to do it. Okay, that's number 5. Number 4, a desire for cash. According to pre-trial court filings, the 4 women who had leveled allegations against Maxwell have received, quote, millions of dollars from a compensation program set up after Epstein's death. They're gold-digging whores. That's what she's going to say. They're gold-digging whores. False memories of abuse. This is one of the good ones. One of my favorites. Leading cognitive psychologist professor Elizabeth Loftus is set to argue that Maxwell's alleged victims may have been influenced by media stories and conversations with other accusers into creating, quote, false memories. One of my favorites. This is one of my favorites. They trotted this out in the 80s, the 90s. They go, no matter what happens, if a kid alleges somebody abused them, they go, oh, false memories. Quote, her testimony will concern the workings of human memory, the effects of suggestion on memory, the mechanism of the creation of false memories, the characteristics of false memories, how memory fades and weakens over time, and how memory becomes more vulnerable to contamination. So you can easily be convinced you were taken to an island and you sucked Alan Dershowitz's dick, even if you didn't. Mm-hmm. Right to a fair trial. Now, this one I can understand. Maxwell's team could argue that her right to a fair trial has been scuppered. Interesting word. I would have said compromised. By media coverage and other scrutiny following her arrest. After she was taken into custody, William Sweeney, the FBI's assistant director for New York, labeled her a villain who, quote, slithered away to a gorgeous property. It was fine. Age of accusers. Lawyers for Maxwell are set to argue that not all of the alleged victims were underage. Her accusers are listed as minor victims 1, 2, 3, and 4 on the indictment, but her team will highlight that one was 17 when she was allegedly assaulted, and that the age of consent in the UK is 16. And the age of consent in New Mexico is 16. Well, I still think it's going to be an uphill battle for her. But that's not a bad way to do it. Get out and you say these money-grubbing hoes are trying to get money. Also, they are not telling the truth. They have false memories that were implanted in their heads. I'm being used as a scapegoat. And if all of that fails, she was 17, which I love. That's my favorite. They have false memories. None of this happened. And she was 17. So even if it did happen, who cares? Right. It's not a big deal. We wish her the best. And, how was your Thanksgiving? Was it good? Mine was fine. It was disappointing. I had a bunch of friends over, a few people. The thing is with these families, you got to get a real family because these families that you cobble together of these, it just, it's fine. But you got to get a real family in life, So it was good. But I can't do Thanksgiving with my family, and I don't want to. I have no gumption to do that, and I never will again. I might get my aunt. There are certain people that I would invite separate from other people, but you had a lovely time.
Lovely time, played golf, out in the woods.
Yeah.
Good time.
Yeah, I mean, that's good. I have no interest, in doing it, but I think I have to just adopt a kid and get married or something because there's not much else to do in life. I mean, we've been relatively successful with the show and, touring and everything like that, but it's really meaningless. And everyone around you is kind of a horrible person. So you just have to get another thing going. And anyone that doesn't have a family is crazy. Anyone that doesn't have a family or that thinks like it's not worthwhile to have a family is kind of crazy, because these things you cobble together from it just doesn't work. You know, you need a family. You need that unit, whether you're gay or straight or whatever you are. Pedophile, Ghislaine Maxwell, any of these people, you just need a family.
Yeah, she's close with her family. Yeah.
They're a family.
Yeah.
Why doesn't Seth Rogen defend her? Go, boy, is this a big deal? Seth Rogen goes, is this a big deal? Seth Rogen goes, I've lived here for 20 years. I've never viewed my young daughter as an extension of myself. Who cares? I've never felt violated. What's the big deal? What? That's what I mean. It's easy to defend like property crime because no one cares about it. Why don't you defend this? Grow some balls and defend her like I have. I've gone on the ledge to defend this woman, and nobody will back me up. That's what Casey Neistat should have tweeted. He should have tweeted, I feel violated that they broke into my car, and if we're going to live in a lawless society, then free Ghislaine. How about that?